What time is it over there?
It's 8 in the evening.
That's not bad. So how
It's all
you
right.
doing? Talk to me. What's going on? I heard this is your first US interview, which I'm like super excited that it's me because I feel like we're gonna have a good time. Um, Tell us a little bit about yourself so we can get familiar.
All right. My name is Dadi Freyr,
Mhm.
and Dadi Freyr Pétursson, because my dad's name is Pétur, and that's how it works in Iceland. Um, I was born in Iceland and then moved to Denmark until I was 9 years old
Mhm.
when I was one, so 8 years there, and then back to Iceland and then to Berlin, which is where I live right now. I make music. Yeah.
I want to know when did you at what point in your life you were like you fell in love and you were like, I want to do this. I want to be a part of this crazy music industry.
Um, I think my dad's a drummer, and I learned drums when I was like 6 years old or something like that, and then
Mhm.
I started playing piano when I was 10-ish. But I never that was just something that I did. I was never thinking about that as a career or anything. I always wanted to draw in. The dream was to make the Donald Duck comics. So Carl Barks and Don Rosa, those were my idols. But
Mhm.
then I think when School of Rock, I got that on DVD, watched it probably 1,000 times, and from that I started like my first band.
The movie with Jack Black in it, right?
Yeah,
So that's what was like the early inspiration for
I
music.
think
School of Rock.
that's where I started thinking that this might actually be something that I could do as a in my life, not just know how to play piano or know how to play drums, but actually,
Like
the
this is
rest.
what I wanted to do. So you started a band, right? What did that consist of? Who did you get together for this band?
Just two guys in my school, a drummer and a guitarist, and then I played bass and sang.
Really?
But we were a band for maybe a year, something like that. We were called Finski Herin, which translates into the Finnish army,
Uh huh.
like the army from Finland. So it was a joke-ish band.
How'd you
But we
guys?
were also like 13, 14, so
So you guys weren't taking it seriously.
no, or kind of, but we never thought that it was gonna go anywhere.
And then fast forward, you have this like huge song, which is like so big over YouTube. Did you see how it has 10.1 million views? The music video,
I've
which
seen.
which which obviously shows you that people are loving the song. Tell us about Think About Things,
I first competed in the Icelandic Eurovision preliminaries in 2017
and that's
and was in
what is that?
second place. Yeah, the I was supposed to take Think About Things to Eurovision, but that was cancelled because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2017, when I competed there, I that's the not turning point in my career. So after that, I was able to work as a full-time musician, and now I just got we got the same band together, which is a fictional. Like we're not an actual band. We don't perform on stage except for at Eurovision related events.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I wrote it specifically for the competition, and we won in Iceland. We were supposed to compete in Rotterdam, but that didn't happen. But somehow it still found a way through the cracks.
Well, I always feel like good music will always find a way to get, exposed. And have you read some of the comments on YouTube? They're like all good. Like people are loving, with this song and people on TikTok. What is it? The number one indie track on TikTok. Over 70
Okay,
79,000 videos are using this song. Do you ever
that's
get
crazy.
taken back whenever you hear something like that?
It's kind of weird. Like you get used to these kinds of numbers pretty quickly. Like now, the song is being streamed like 350,000 times a day on Spotify alone, or something like that,
Hmm.
and which is um, it's getting the same as my most popular track had before, like daily.
Hmm.
So and now it's been like 2 months, and when you see like Pink is sharing it, or Russell Crowe is talking about it, or stuff like that, like you get desensitized pretty quickly when 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 it's been happening for just a little bit. It's weird. Like you get used to this kind of stuff so fast.
I would be so freaked out if like Pink or someone like shared my stuff. Like, what? You're listening to my music? You're listening to little old me? Like a little part of you has to be like geeking out. Just a little part of you.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in the beginning, like everything was just crazy in the beginning. When I saw like the views go up, and I saw that people were talking about it all over the world, and then I saw dance videos come in, and then it was like super. It Yeah, it had a had a lot of impact at that point. I mean,
Mhm.
I still it's still super fun to see, but it's just not as it doesn't surprise me as much anymore.
So if there's somebody new that's watching the music video, that's watching this interview, and they go and listen to the song, what do you want them to take away from the song? Like, what is the song about? Like, I know you wrote it for the competition, but what was the inspiration behind the song?
Um, I wanted to do the best Eurovision act that I could, so I made first the act, like the stage performance, and then I started writing the song. So I knew pretty much what was going to happen in the stage performance, which is really similar to the music video.
Hmm.
But then the lyrics are about my daughter. I have a 1-year-old daughter, and she was 4 or 5 months old when I wrote the lyrics. And it's about the excitement that follows in just getting to know her as a person, and when she'll be able to communicate better and speak to me. I'm excited to hear what she has to say.
That has to be so cool. Like, I feel like this is a gift for your daughter, the song, and when she gets old enough to listen to it, like I think that's so cool to be able to write a song for your daughter. That's so amazing.
I hope she thinks the same.
You know how teenagers get, when they're like old enough to actually like comprehend the song. Like, oh, dad, you wrote this for me. You know what I mean? And she'll be like,
And
so
people are saying, "Oh, what? The song is about you?" And she's, "Ugh, yes."
so unfazed. How do you feel like childhood or fatherhood has changed your life, your daily life?
Like my sleep is very different. Like now, me and my wife, we take turns in waking up with her,
Hmm.
and if we wake up with her, we're probably gonna um, take a nap with her as well when she does that after like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours of being awake, and the other person sleeps like every other day. So that's changed a lot, but also just like I have a completely different outlook on life. Like um, I wouldn't say I take it necessarily more seriously, but there are like for example, when I'm working, I'm like really working because I want to get shit done, and then I have more time to spend with her, and also I just want to be financially stable and just have a make life as good for her as I possibly can. So yeah, I think my worth ethic has changed a lot since she was born.
Definitely amped it up. Are you guys still like under quarantine and things like that over in Germany? You guys
It's
in lockdown?
it's changed a little bit now. I think it's 3 households that can come together,
Hmm.
and they're starting to open up the bars and stuff like that. But in the beginning, there was like a two person maximum. You couldn't really meet anybody, so it was just the three of us all the time, which
How did,
was I
how did
was very ready for that to be over.
Was it because were you and your wife like not at each other's throats, but were you just like over each other, just being around each other all the time?
We've been together for 10 years, and we went to Cambodia for 4 months, where it was pretty much just the two of us, and we're pretty used to spending time with each other, and we know how to speak with each other like people. So I think I mean, I was fine at least.
So when everything was all over and said and done, what was the first thing that you were able to do? Like, what did you do?
um, I met some friends. That was that's the biggest part of this. Like I thought it was going to be weirder to be so much at home and not being able to go to the bars and the restaurants and stuff like that. But then I realized as soon as it was over that like I don't really care so much about that. It was just not being able to meet the people that you love.
That's how I feel. It's been like forever since I've been
Yeah.
able to like hang and see people. So I cannot wait until it's like completely over here. What's next? Tell us what you got coming up next.
I'm doing a tour in the end of the year,
Hmm.
and that's gonna be a party. And other than that, I'm just working on more music and hopefully releasing something really soon. And yeah, just gonna see how far I can take this.
Well, judging from everybody loving your music and the videos and things like that, I feel like you're gonna take it pretty far, homie. It's gonna be pretty dope. I appreciate you
I'm ready for
taking the
that.
time and chatting with us, especially during your dinner time and your Vietnamese food is waiting. So I
That's all
appreciate
right.
that.
It's soup. It's just gonna get better with time.
Oh, true, true, true. Well, you enjoy that soup. I appreciate you chatting with us, and thank you so much.
Thank you.